Hello, everyone. Whiskey and Cannoli's podcast today, episode 28. We are here. We are live. We are here for the Freedom Stream. Good old America and Whiskey and Meatball couldn't handle it, and he bounced out. He couldn't take it.
He heard freedom. He's like,
no. He's
Absolutely
a jungle Asian anyway. So he'll be back. So we are here. We talked about doing this stream. Here he is. Full kit and all.
I don't want to talk about it.
Wow. Good.
That was some hardcore camouflage. He blended in with the background. And
well, he's from Vietnam, so he would understand.
Damn. Goops everywhere in the ground.
Everywhere. So we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. We wanted to have a part 2 of our Second Amendment stream. We had a guns podcast a long time ago. Decided to bring some guests on. Very pro 2A group here, of course. EYE E.G.O, Copa Catania, R2. I think it was the first time on my show, right?
It is first time, yeah.
He's recovering, and then from the flu, and then Filipino Meatball, of course. All big 2A advocates. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We got a big chat going on here. So
which 2A? I don't know what that is.
You don't want to know. We don't say it out loud, so that way the government can't find out.
Are we talking about Canada?
No.
Is this like an Argentinian thing because of the number of A's in the Argentinian?
Oh my God! Well, apparently Filipino Meatball's ready for battle, and I appreciate that. So we're all here to kind of show off our weapons. Like, he's the best one. He's got the best presentation. Me and E.G.O have shit in the background because we have no room, and then R2's hiding his weapon in his pants. I mean, and then of course Copa's weapon.
I would like to handle that weapon. By the way, I'm just saying.
Oh my God!
Not
even 5 minutes in.
We have intellectual Copa Catania here with his glasses.
That's all I have to say.
Oh yeah. How's everybody doing tonight? Happy Friday, everyone!
Happy Friday! We made it.
We finally made it. We're here for a good stream. I think we got a lot of information to talk about tonight. I know E.G.O wanted to get into some of the ATF stuff. We're just going to basically rip the government, get kicked off YouTube afterwards, and enjoy doing it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it's not like we're not on list already. I'm just saying.
True.
Oh, no, we are.
True.
That is true. We are on a list.
I just hope to become so infamous that a list is named after me. Like, oh my God, you're on the meatball list. Oh shit.
You're on that list.
You're on that.
You made the meatball.
Copa and I are Italian, so we're on everybody's list.
Our families are on lists.
Yeah. That's what the FBI stands for.
That's how we got to this country, was we were put on a list.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Fair point.
And they gave us fake names when we came off the boat, and then here you go.
Right.
Now we're here.
Feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know anything about boats?
A little bit, from what I've heard.
I saw Amistad. I know what's going on.
Wow. It's an awful movie, man.
It is. It is pretty bad. Let's address the chat real quick because we got a loaded freaking chat here right now.
Loaded. I get it.
Oh, you like what I did there?
Where's the cannoli connection?
Yeah, the cannoli connection.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Wow.
I'm the only one. I'm the only one required.
You're
to
the
do
only
this.
one to do the cannoli connection.
Yeah, I watch your Monday stream, so I know.
I know. You're a good man. I'm bad with that. I'm bad with hitting that button fast. Okay, so we got Jacob Ironside. Hello, Jacob. Thank you for joining. Wookie B Bad saying, let's go. What's up, Stephen Ransom? Stephen Ransom's an awesome dude, man. I did some streams with him on Roman of the Empire's channel. Guy's a fun dude, man. Fun dude.
He's a really good dude.
Appreciate you being here. Of course.
He needs to get out of California.
Look, I got Mama Cannoli in the chat. What's up, Mama Cannoli? And of course, Mrs. Sasquatch. And then let's see here. We got Jacob again. EYE E.G.O's in here getting hyped up. Mrs. to the Icky saying hello. Hello, Mrs. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. And let's see. Little Spidey. You even got little Spidey in here. Look at this, man. Cool. I'm sure he knows everything he needs to know about weapons and firearms by now, right, buddy?
We're getting him there.
That's smart, man. Smart man. Tyler the Redbeard. What's up, Tyler?
Oh, nice, Tyler.
Appreciate you being in. Of course, my lovely friend Jana Catania.
Who's that?
The other half of that bald, beautiful man.
The better
in the
half.
corner. Better
Look
half.
at that. I'm so lucky.
Miss, I got my child in here, thinking she's cool with her hip glasses, but she has a shirt on.
Oh, by the way, I have a story to tell you about my child in daycare.
Oh, we're gonna hear. Is it gonna involve guns?
Not quite guns, but they called me
Uh-oh.
about the fact that she was trying to teach people how to clear corners on the playground.
Oh,
Oh, that's awesome.
Was she on point?
Yeah, she was
Nice.
walking point, and she's all like, so she's telling people to chop steps and then one step in and turn
She was
and
teaching them how to cut the
clear corner
pie.
in the middle. And I was like,
Nice.
they're like, I don't
Nice,
know if that's
dude.
appropriate. I'm like, what's not appropriate? That's 100%.
It sounds like she's technically accurate, actually.
I'm like, bro, I don't see the problem here.
I don't see a
dude, that's
problem
what I'm
either.
saying.
No.
JT Gunn. What's up, JT Gunn? Who's R2? Are you friends with him? I don't know who that guy is, right?
He sounds familiar.
Bald,
I
beautiful,
flirt-
bearded
I
man.
flirted with him one time.
He's a beautiful man. He's a beautiful man. Salty Nerd Podcast, dude. That's when you know you've made it. I know a lot of that is because of our
I told them all that I was on here, so
whiskey and guns. That's my kind of. By the way, Salty Nerd Podcast has a fantastic channel, a fantastic podcast. So go subscribe to them, of course. And then let's see what else.
and join the Discord too.
And join the Discord. Sporking News Podcast. What's up, buddy? Thank you. Another guy with an awesome YouTube channel. Go support him on Rumble as well. He's got an awesome. We got a lot of freaking people in here, man. Eli's in here. So many people. Okay. Before we get started, though, I wanted to go ahead and say, and I'm going to bring this up real quick just to get it out of the way. Mrs. Cannoli Sasquatch behind the scenes has been kicking ass and got us to a new merch store. And
I
we're
still
gonna
don't have a shirt from.
Oh, hold
Just throwing it
on.
out there.
So, no bad blood between us and the last merchant, but things just whatever didn't work out. So we got a new
Hey,
one.
R2, can I get a patch? Because I think I get a patch from you before I get a shirt from Cannoli.
Hey, buddy,
Maybe
that is a good point. You probably will.
I got a lot of them.
I'm just
Okay.
saying, like,
I was hoping he was going to pass the patch between screens. Like that was going to be a thing.
Ooh, to just like reach over and
Yeah, they just reach
like-
over.
So we have obviously yes, Meatball. I will get you your item now that we have things are better. We have pants. We have Cannoli Sasquatch pants for God's sake. Yeah,
Who needs those?
Great.
hoodies,
wears
hats,
Were they pre-warned
Look at
by
this.
you?
Yeah.
twice.
Like,
Right after I went to the bathroom too.
do you want
Yeah, look
to
at
tell them about the thing that bothers me every single time? Or
No, I know. And Mrs. Cannoli Sasquatch says that it was on purpose, so you can
Oh.
yell at her about that.
Okay. never mind.
So Mrs. Sasquatch says here we're still ironing out the kinks, making sure the designs are available. They will be fixed by the week, but we have cups, tumblers, everything. So it's
Oh my
in
god,
the-
we have cups. I'm gonna drink that on stream.
That'd be nice. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I ordered the AirPod case yesterday. They shipped
that was you.
like,
I appreciate it.
morning. That was me.
Yeah,
Woo!
big difference. Big difference from the last. Yeah, so listen, things happen, whatever. But we got a much better store. So if you want to check it out, it's in my profile. All of these lovely men's information is in the description as well. Their channels, their TikToks. I was going to say, who the fuck has a TikTok here?
My OnlyFans.
Oh,
Nobody.
Shiro. That's the one. No, but no one.
Well, there you go. Okay, so the Second Amendment, people. I know we're very passionate about this subject, right? We're very passionate about our guns and our freedom, and it seems like every week, every month, especially since this certain administration has taken power, we have to basically fight and claw to keep this amendment, keep our freedoms and freedom of weapon and expression of weapon. So let me ask you this, E.G.O. Let's start with you, man. The Second Amendment, is it more important now than ever that we fight for this, especially with the way we see the future, where the things are going in the future? Can you hear me?
You sound
I think your
Like
audio,
absolute-
bro.
yeah. You sound like dog shit.
I do?
It's in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wavy,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Hold on.
I'm glad it's not just me that have an audio
No.
issue. That's fine.
Do you want me to tell
For
you
the
the
first
question?
time
Yeah,
ever.
you
Left
go
Eye's
ahead and
not
ask him
having
the
audio
question.
issues.
Left eye. Cannoli wants to know why you such a bitch.
Hey, man, I told you that in confidence. No, I'm joking.
Is that better?
Yeah.
That's better.
A little bit, yeah, it's better.
What I was asking is how important is the Second Amendment now to fight for? Is it more important now than it has been in the past because of where we see the future of the country going?
I don't know if it's so much the way the country is going, so much as I haven't really seen anyone actively try to stomp it out like this. And like I said, I guess I'm 36. I mean, I don't even know how things went down in 1994 with that assault weapons ban, but
Trash.
I haven't since. Yeah, what's what I'm saying? Like, I don't really if there was a really big push to do it because I know that the thing that happened in Colorado in that high school was 5 or 6 years after that. So I don't even know what led to get you to that point in 1994. But it's like ever since I was getting more Second Amendment involved in 2020, it's like it's been all that I can see that them trying to put down the Second Amendment, try to make restrictions, and even the restrictions that they're trying to make don't really make sense unless you're trying to go for a whole-scale confiscation. So I would say just on what I've seen since I started, getting more to the Second Amendment, it looks like it's been more under attack now than I've ever heard.
Okay, good point. Good point. Copa, coming from the state of California where you used to live.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
California.
Talk about anti-gun laws, but yet we just talked about this recently, right? There was a shooting that happened there recently, and your comment was like, well, I thought we had one of the toughest gun law states in the country. How does this happen? So what is your stance going from where you were to where you are now? What differences have you seen, and what do you think about this?
I have a laundry list of what's wrong with California. It dates all the way back to when Ronnie Reagan was governor of California, and he banned the Black Panthers with the Mulford Act. Was it called the Mulford Act?
Mulford Act, yeah.
Yeah, banned the Black Panthers because the 2A is supposed to be there for you to protect yourself, your family, your community, your town, and your state, and then your country. And it's there for you to protect yourself from other people, from animals, whatever, and also from your government. And then you have Ronnie Reagan come in 1967, and he wants to disarm the Black Panthers, and he does so through legislation. And one of the things that he said, he added that the Mulford Act would work no hardship on the honest citizen, and that is definitely not the case. I mean, that's exactly what happened because ever since the Mulford Act, California has become one of the most stringent gun control states we have ever seen, with some of the most arbitrary gun laws that citizens have to go through. These laws do nothing but disarm the common man until he is vulnerable, or they tax him so much that he has to take a loan out just to purchase ammo. I believe now they passed a law maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, might be even a little bit further back than that, where you have to register after every 30 days to purchase ammo. And that registration fee, I want to say is somewhere, I can't remember what the registration fee is, but you only get that registration fee once. You can only purchase ammo under that registration fee once. And then you have to, you have 30 days. And then you have to re-register it.
Does that include buying in bulk?
I don't know if it's bulk or not, but you have.
Magazine limits. They probably.
And you have to be. And you have to be in state. You have to be a state resident.
R2's got his hand up like the kid in the class. What's up, buddy?
I didn't want to. He was talking, so I was waiting my turn.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, I lived in California a few years ago.
I'm sorry.
I left. I wised up.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
But when I was there last, they did. I don't remember having to register, but I remember there was a background check. The last year that I was
to buy
what
ammo.
That's what it was. I'm sorry. I said register. I meant background check.
Yeah, they did a background check. So they did it temporarily. They did it for like a year or a year and a half because they wanted to see if that would have any effect on crime, and it had no effect on crime. So for a year and a half, maybe 2 years, you had to do a background check every 30 days for ammo, and then you couldn't actually order any ammo from online. You couldn't mail order anything.
Wow.
So the two things. So once that ended, everybody was like, "Oh my goodness, I can now go online and get cheaper ammo," because that's the other thing. Ammo is a lot more expensive in California. I had friends back there where they're like, "Oh my God, I had to go drive 30 miles away to get 50 rounds of 9mm of just training ammo for $50. So $1 around And I'm like, I just walked into, the local sporting goods shop. I bought the exact same ammo. It was $20.
Wow.
And now
Even
that
that's
you
too
have
much money.
Now you have this
Yeah.
mass shooting that happened, and once again you have that dinosaur Dianne Feinstein, who's been in there well before she's been in office 50 years before I was even walking, and she's once again bringing up assault weapons, and we need to ban weapons of war. I mean, this has been her talking point since I had ears and can pay attention.
Here's the problem. They talk about weapons of war. My guns are way better than weapons of war.
I like what Steven says here. He says we need a reverse shooting or an event where a lawbreaker saves the day, an impromptu enforcer.
You mean like Eli in Minnesota taking that freaking 80-yard shot with a pistol?
And they
like
still blame the gun. And they still blame the gun.
But I mean, like, look at the guy in what was it, Indianapolis at the mall.
That's the one. Yeah.
Eli,
Wasn't there a guy in Texas who stopped the
Sutherland
shooting in
Springs.
Austin? Oh, it was Austin, and he was in the middle of the BLM riot. He's a ex-military.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
Cabbed
and
up, yeah.
BLM pulled up on him, pointed an AK in his face, and he capped off 2 rounds from a 45. Got arrested. I don't even know if the last I heard he was still on trial.
Yeah.
It might be trial, maybe civilly, but I don't think like there's any like actual charges. That's
last I heard was like last year he was still going to trial. They denied.
Oh, you mean selective prosecution? That's never happened before.
Well, especially in Austin, right? The most liberal town in Texas.
In Texas. Yeah. And that's the thing, like Meatball and I are in Arizona, right? E.G.O's in Texas. R2's hiding in the woods somewhere. I don't know where the fuck.
I'm in Arkansas.
He's in Arkansas. So
basically the woods.
Yeah. It's very heavy gun.
I mean, Walmart.
Copa's in Georgia. Like, so you would think where we are gun-friendly states, especially where E.G.O and especially Arizona and Texas, right? Would you say, Meatball? Now, me and you, we've obviously seen a lot of shit going on with our own government here. New governor, if you want to call her that, who took the election.
Did they count that?
Yeah, I don't know. They're still counting the goddamn votes.
Counting the votes.
But like, we live in a state that's probably one of the most gun-friendly states in the nation. Is that going to change in the future? Like, do we see 10 years from now where we're starting to slowly lose our rights here?
I think the tide is going to shift. If the tide is going to shift, it's going to shift right now.
So this is it.
With a liberal governor, with the liberal government in the feds, right? I don't think Arizona is going to turn blue unless the federal government turns it blue, right? There's too many good old boys with 6 of these things full of guns around Arizona, to let it turn blue on its own and let those things happen. But if, they say that how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time, right? And how are they going to get gun control done one bite at a time until all of a sudden you turn around and you're like, oh, I didn't even realize.
That's the assault weapons umbrella, right? Is that anything can apply under it, and it's just one little thing.
It's like you slowly just pick away.
And they're playing the long game. They understand that this is not just a tomorrow thing. This is a generation
long term.
But didn't in 2020 though with the lockdowns? I mean, wasn't there like an increase of like 1 million new gun owners?
Oh yeah,
350% new gun ownership.
It's skyrocketed.
I think they hit the biggest peak ever.
Yeah.
Well, everybody was freaked because, they thought people were gonna, break into their houses to steal their stuff.
Well, you had that, and then you had the BLM riots.
That's what I mean, and that too, and that was kind of the other thing. A lot of people who bought guns were people who were not gun people.
Anti-gun people were afraid. So what do? They buy a firearm to protect themselves.
The best part of that was, especially in California, because I was there at the time when that was going on.
Oh, wow.
Was the fact that there was a lot of people who were like, you mean I have to wait 10 days to get this? They're like, I can't pay more money to have it now. And there was a lot of frustrated gun stores because they were like, that's all they spent so much time doing that. We're like, hey, this is what people passed laws for.
Well, and it's kind of funny because I have
no, thank you, Tyler.
Redbeard is so on fire with that.
Hey, what up, Blair? Blair's here. What's up, buddy?
Blair.
I see you.
Well, I have not been a long time firearms owner.
Me neither.
For as much as
Mm-hmm.
that might shock Cannoli with me always talking about them.
You guys own firearms?
I was always
not
familiar with
toys.
them, but actually too, because of what was going on, I went and I bought a rifle, and all I could get my hands on too was a 22. I remember going to the sporting goods store, and it was insane how people were, and there were so many people who, they were like, oh, I have to do a background check, and then wouldn't do it. Or the fact that they couldn't get it, until 10 days later. I was one of the few people that was like, all right, I'll go through the whole process.
Right.
The waiting sucked.
Yeah.
But, it wasn't, that terrible, I guess. But, I like where I live now, where I can just buy a gun and then take it home. I still have to do a background check, but, for what I had to go through, I'm like, it wasn't, the funnest thing in the world, but I'm like,
It is what it is.
I think the people who really complain about it, who want it immediately, I'm like, it is what it is. I can wait the 10 days, but that definitely did though kind of change my view more so on,
the whole
wanting to keep something. Yeah. And slowly going though, like, these laws are a lot more stupid as time went on with what I could get and what I couldn't get, and how arbitrary, so much of it is.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, Meatball, how long ago did we work together at the gun industry place? It was what, maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that.
5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah,
17,
that's when I never owned a
2017.
firearm until that point. And then I met you in Whiskey Banger, and then of course, that industry. It's like, all right, and then I learned through everybody. You just learn, and not that I didn't want to ever own one, but there was a little bit of that fear of just not being educated on it. And then as soon as I got my first one fired, got a shotgun. I got a 12 gauge Mossberg, which is sitting back here.
Oh, nice.
Fired that bad boy at the range, and I was like, I'm in. And then it just becomes addictive, and not in a bad way though. Like, you want safety first, protocols. Yeah, it's like a drug. It really is like a drug. But they see it as, the people who are anti-gun see it as a bad addiction. Like, it's
I could
it's
be
not.
doing meth.
Exactly.
Well, I'll be honest. I think that the kind of the negativity of guns really has come from the entertainment industry.
Oh,
That's fair.
Well,
especially with the 80s. As much as there's so many movies where we love watching them, but I think they had a really negative effect, and also too really gave a false sense of what you really can do with a gun, and making it look like it's so easy. Right, as much as we love watching Arnold Schwarzenegger storm the drug lord compound and Commando, right?
Yeah.
The entertainment industry is dichotomous in that, right? So they'll glorify guns to the point where you're like, oh my God, I need all the guns that that Commando strapped himself down with before he went to the drug compound. But then they'll turn it right around and be all anti-gun. Well, half your job and half of what you got paid for involved a gun or glorifying the gun. So it's really interesting that these people are so dichotomous and duplicitous in the way.
I'm glad you brought that up,
firearms.
because you were part of that industry. You're part of that industry. It's like, it just drives me crazy. Like,
Oh, it drives
you're
me
right.
crazy too.
Yeah, I can
Drives me crazy
imagine
too.
you
You know,
living in
someone like-
California,
someone
seeing
like
it firsthand.
We could bring up Alec Baldwin, someone like him, who's been trained countless of times with firearms on.
He didn't pull the
countless-
trigger, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
Sure. Never happened.
The gun went off by itself, bro. That's what guns do, don't you know?
Yeah.
He just happened to be holding it.
Yeah.
I stand behind Alec Baldwin. Because
time.
We all should stand behind Alec Baldwin. Oh,
But yeah, it's people like him where it's like you're fucking ridiculous at this point.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
I'm just gonna
Go ahead,
point this out. Like,
Yep.
I feel like the people that are so anti-gun are the people that are so uneducated in guns. Like, Sheila Jackson. Oh, I held a rifle with the heaviest 10 boxes. Bitch, what rifle? Can I have it? Can I have it?
Yeah.
What kind of weight measurement is that, Sheila?
I was 10 boxes. Clearly, someone handed you like either a minigun or an M2 50 cal. Either way, I would
This is
like one.
technically
please.
a box, so
Yeah, that's
Right.
what. Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I mean, and then they're like, "Oh, if you pull the trigger down, it just shoots bullets unblinking." I'm like, "Who has a full auto? Because I need one."
I would love full auto.
Yeah.
Thank you. I should be.
Yeah,
the next
I mean, it is definitely frustrating when you hear somebody who is clearly uneducated but telling everybody how it is.
I don't think these politicians are uneducated. I think they're banking on you being uneducated.
True.
Yeah,
And that's
'cause
why they
okay.
talk like this.
Yeah.
And that's why they
Well-
say, oh, you know, it's full auto. Well, full auto to an ignorant person means it's capping off 30 rounds in 2 seconds.
Well, just saying assault weapon constantly means
I
nothing.
mean, I go.
Or
They
the-
probably truly
anything.
don't know, but they're just saying whatever they want to as well.
I like the ones that are like 30-round clips. I'm like, what the fuck
What
are
the
you
fuck is a
talking about?
clip? You don't
Yeah,
even know what the fuck a clip
We got
is.
M1 Garands in here with 30 rounds.
Yeah.
going to war.
Well, you know, I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, if I know somebody who's not a fan of guns, like I usually won't talk to them about guns. I respect that.
Sure.
At the same time, you know, we went from, I mean, years ago where like they had shooting class in school.
Yeah,
Right.
You know, people
You
were a
could
lot
go
more
to school with your shotgun on your rack.
Yeah, in high school there were
Yeah, the high
kids that would
school.
drive to school with a
The
gun
truck.
rack in their pickup
Gun
truck.
rack.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We had that.
But you know, I mean, I think that's kind of the other thing. I mean, the familiarity has stepped away, and again, yeah, because of movies, and then from that politics, right, have made it far more and more taboo. I mean, again, I'll give you an example. I mean, I've got my son; he's 8 years old. I'm, you know, slowly teaching him about gun safety, things like that.
Mhm.
My father now has a big piece of property south of us. We're going to put a shooting range in it this spring. I want to be shooting with him, but until
Smart.
then, we're teaching him, and he's got a BB gun, and he's actually even got a couple of toy guns though that have some realistic actions to them, and you know, we go through it of what you're supposed to do, and he's made mistakes with it. And you know, that's fine. I mean, that's the point of training with it, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, teaching them gun safety and how a gun works. I mean, the fact that we have guns in the house, that makes me feel better in the sense of then he knows. I mean, one, we'll never have a gun left out, but if some strange reason that ever happened, you know, he would know what to do and especially what not to do. And
Right. He's introduced to it, so he's not unaware. Yeah, I totally understand that.
And we don't keep it a taboo thing because I don't want it to be a curiosity to him. I mean, he knows that if there's ever a moment where he's just like, Dad, I want to see the gun and I want to touch it, you know, like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll get it out and you can do that and you can look at it and everything, and that's fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with you wanting to see it or anything like that. And you know, that's a lot of times when we see people too that there's stupid stuff happens. That's where I always kind of think of too. I'm like, those are probably people that, you know, didn't do that. They kept it a taboo thing and didn't store it properly, and you know. But yeah, I almost feel like we need to get back to it being like a normal thing,
Right.
And people, you know, learning about it, and learning that it's not, you know, just gonna jump up and start shooting at
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Abomination AJ's in here. What's up, Abomination? Thanks for joining. Appreciate you, buddy. I agree. It's again, misinformation, miseducation. God, have you seen it so many times? Yeah, even recently, you got Cory Booker going up there talking about, you know, he's never seen. I think he said he's seen like 50 something plus people die in his life, and it's like, dude, what circles are you traveling in, dude? Like that's more than some. But you
Wasn't
know,
he from Jersey?
Yeah, well, I guess depending. Yeah, was it Newark? Is he from Newark? I think, or something like
he's
that.
Probably hanging out with a bunch of Italian guys.
Yeah, maybe he has seen more. Janice says, "What gets me is the people that are like, just let the police handle it. Okay, I guess I'll just die, and the police can hand shoving my brain." And that's the thing is that
it's not even it's in court doctorate now. That
Right.
It is not the police's job to save you. They have no right. They have no responsibility to save you. You are your own hero.
Yeah.
Right. That is for sure legal precedence.
Well, isn't that too the rule in New Jersey? Like, I want to say I think that is in New Jersey that if somebody, you know, were to like break into your house, you can only leave. You know.
Yeah. That's
What?
all you can do.
You
no
can't
castle
defend yourself.
doctrine.
I mean,
Can't do
I'll
anything
leave
else.
as it's getting blown down with all the
Yeah, you
motors I
can't-
put on that bitch.
You can't defend yourself. You have to legally. You
Retreat.
have to run out of your house.
You
And
gotta
if they
retreat.
chase after you, you
Yeah,
can
you
run
have
back
the right
into
to
your
retreat.
You have the
you can
right
run
to
back
retreat.
into your house and try barricade
Yeah,
yourself.
you're
Like,
screwed.
yeah,
Hey,
you have to wait for the police.
What's up, zombie? Appreciate you dropping in, buddy.
It makes no sense.
No, the whole thing is stupid. And Meatball, remind me, because I always forget, what is the rule here in Arizona?
We are a stand your ground state. Bitch, I ain't gotta do nothing.
Just please come in. It's like, please come in.
Please.
I tell people all the time, they're like, oh, what if I came into your house? I'm like, that door is locked for your protection, not mine, my friend.
That's right.
I
Smart
have been
man, Blair.
preparing
Smart
for
man.
this my whole life. Please let me live out my Rambo fantasies.
Hey,
No.
you want to come through that door, you're going to catch Satan on the
You're
other
gonna
side. of it.
catch some hot lead.
Well, you're gonna catch some stuff all by some fat Asian dudes humming the Mission Impossible theme song.
Alexa, play Mission Impossible.
You're talking to a therapist, and they're gonna be like, "He was humming the Mission Impossible theme song."
I don't know what's wrong with him. He thinks he's Ethan Hunt, but he's Asian.
Alexa,
Alexa,
play Rain and Blood.
Like, he was supposed to call 911, and he's all like, "Nah."
Nah, bitch.
Did
What
you?
were you gonna say,
I didn't
R2?
call him.
What are you gonna say, R2? You're getting ready to
Well,
say
I was gonna
something.
say one. I suddenly get like a vision of like Peter Griffin going meh 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 meh. I was gonna say, again, I spent 24 years in California, and
Oh.
then moving to Arkansas. I mean, definitely a feeling of feeling safer in the sense of like you drive around, people keep their garages open. There are some giant ass gun safes I've seen in people's houses and their garages.
Oh yeah.
I have 5.
There's gun stores everywhere. We have a coffee store that's coffee and guns. It's called Guns and Grounds, where you can go
That's
get
cool.
coffee and then go buy a gun too and ammo.
So
Oh,
highly caffeinated
smart.
shooters, I love it.
That's all you need is yeah.
But
Yeah.
Souped
the
up
fact
coffee.
that it's a constitutional carry, you don't need it's encouraged to go get a CCW,
Right.
certificate, but you don't have to have one. But I mean, the fact that you kind of go, well, potentially anybody could be carrying, and the fact that so many houses here are armed. I mean, I feel so much safer, and I don't feel like somebody is going to break into my house. Whereas when I lived in California, somebody had broken into our house. Luckily, we weren't living in it yet. It was right before we were living in there. But I mean, I had known people that had burglars come in. And, as much as I've come to terms with owning a gun, because that was one of the things before I bought one, I really thought hard about it. But if somebody comes into the house and I feel threatened and I feel I'm concerned for the safety of my wife and my son, yes, without hesitation, I'm going to delete somebody. But, I'll be honest, I don't feel like that's ever going to happen where I live. I mean, I'm not saying like, oh no, it'll never happen. I just, the chances of it compared to where I was before and where I am now.
The speed of which California got sketchy was so quick when I moved out that I didn't have a gun at the time before I moved out, that I thought to myself, we are getting surrounded here at this point, and it's only a matter of time before we get broken into, and I have to get stabby. But I can't defend myself with a firearm because the loopholes that you have to jump through. And then on top of that, you better get with what is it, the USCCA? Is it USCCA?
Yeah.
You better get with them.
A bunch of them.
Yeah, but you better get with them in case you do have to shoot someone lawfully, and they can provide you a lawyer, especially in California.
I would tell you, I had USCCA for about 6 years, and I recently switched over. So like US Law Shield is who I have now.
That's what I got.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Geico and
Yeah.
you saved a ton of money.
You switch.
Yeah, I
Switch.
USCCA is a fantastic company, but like what drew me to them originally was they give you a lot of literature and a lot of access to information so that you can learn, right?
Yes.
But then after you've gone through it 1, 2, 3 times, you're just like, I'm paying a higher premium for lesser coverage that I could get from different places. So I would tell you, if you're a new gun owner, absolutely USCCA is top notch. But like I left USCCA because on my hip that I carry every day is $3,200 worth of a gun, and they cover $300 of a EDC.
Wait, is that your staccato? Is that the staccato?
That's the
You got a
staccato.
staccato, bro.
Yeah, dude.
That's
He's
my
Gucci
EG.
with that
Fucking
shit.
bastard.
Right there.
Oh.
Right there.
Which one? C2?
The C2.
Yeah, he showed me a picture of it when he bought it, and I'm like, oh, hey, Stovepipe made the show.
Jeez, man.
You see, it will only cover for your trial, not if you get off. Okay. Well,
Yeah, that's it.
get
See,
off how though?
They don't cover civil.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna. The way I saw it was when I took my CCW in Texas. They actually had a segment where they came in and talked to us. And so I was talking with this nice lady, and she was saying, I asked like, "How does it even work, or what does it cover?" She's like, "Well, hey, you can also cover, you and your wife, even if she doesn't have her CCW or whatever." But she's like, "Well, hey, I use it because my daughter knows martial arts. She's 12. She's like, we're gonna get to firearms at some point, not right now." She's like, "Well, hey, if she beats the brakes off a kid in school that's bullying her, and their parents decide to sue us, U.S. Law Shield covers us for that too, in case that happens."
Oh wow.
And I was like, you know what?
Do it.
That's
Yeah.
what got
What you're
me.
trying to say is it covers these guns as well?
Yes,
Ooh.
yes.
Also,
like that.
sneaky
This
thing
guy,
here.
well played. I like the puns today.
If you have U.S. legal shield for yours, and you also have a universal insurance policy on a house that you own or have a mortgage on, that universal policy will also kick in.
It transfers over. Oh
Yeah.
wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
So you could, like, I have $1 million universal policy on my house just for whatever, because I live in the middle of nowhere where coyotes can come in anytime they want to. So like I have that policy, and it will kick over into and be able to be used there.
I don't have a CCW yet. I'm thinking about it.
Neither do I.
But one
It's
thing
a registry.
that I learned about it, though, that I mean, again, depending on what you do, it's kind of a worthwhile thing. I mean, one, you don't have to do the background check when you buy firearms, but if you are traveling to any other state, I don't know if it's got to be a constitutional carry or not.
Right.
That's one thing I'm not sure on, but it carries over. So like, I'm right next to Oklahoma. It's
Reciprocity.
being done
you
less.
mean?
So like if you have a CCW, you can legally carry then your firearm over in there, as opposed to if you don't have it, you can only carry within where you're a resident of.
Yep.
So if you are somebody who travels and you want to be able to carry,
It's easier. Yeah.
it's a good reason to get it, because not only does it cover your state, it covers other states too.
I want to show this clip real quick. This is something that was brought to my attention, and this was hitting the rounds. Look at this. This video's got 13 million views, and I want to go ahead and show everybody. Hold on a second here. Sorry.
It's great job.
Wasn't that great? Wasn't that fair?
Top
Wow.
notch.
Let me know what you guys think about that.
Wow.
Okay, and the internet just dies.
Bro, is your internet a potato? What the fuck?
My internet has been.
He's on
Hey,
McDonald's.
you got to swap out the guinea pig on that wheel.
I know, man. I know. My internet's been terrible this week.
Jump it.
It's basic though. It's just he's showing him how to dump and load and dump and load.
Dump it. Slow down.
And it
I
keeps
hope
breaking.
you don't get a strike for showing somebody modifying a handgun there.
Is it?
Clear.
If I haven't gotten stopped, if it just basically keeps going on, it's the same thing.
You might have to blur that.
I can go back and edit things. That's what editing is for. But still, like now, people would look at that and go, "Oh my god, that's just you're a terrible parent." Like
You're
like,
a sociopath for teaching your son that. When like 30, 40 years ago, that was just like the natural order of business here in America.
right.
And now they treat you like you're a sociopath for teaching your son how to defend his family.
You mean
Right.
discipline? Order of operations?
I mean, I would even go, it's not even necessarily that you're teaching them to defend. You're just teaching them how to operate the gun.
Right.
That's it.
I mean, again, my son.
But that's the
we're not
that's the first
into
step.
we're not getting
That's the
into
first
defense.
step to teaching defense.
Yeah.
And you're
I mean,
slowly building a man.
Well, even
Right.
I mean, having my guns. I mean, the main reason I have them. I mean, in all honesty, it's target shooting. I mean, that's the way that I look at it first. I mean, it's target shooting first, defense second.
See, I look at it the other way around.
But I'm just saying though, like
I have this as defense.
my main point of having them though, I mean, for me, it's much more. I mean, it's enjoyment. It's the option is I can defend myself with it.
Right.
Is the way that I look at it. But
Yeah.
You know, I'm just saying that's my mindset. Believe me, if I got to defend myself, I've got it, and I'm happy that I have it. But you know, if somebody goes, "Well, why do you have a gun?" Well, I love target shooting. I mean, that's the honest truth.
Do you know what the correct answer for is if somebody asks you why do you have a gun? Fuck around and find out.
I mean,
basically, like, and it's like, you know,
Filipino Meatball's got a wet dream about something.
oh, he's got a wet
Oh, he's
something.
waiting.
Bro.
He's itching for it, dude.
Just break in.
Bro, I live in the middle of nowhere for a reason. It's going to take the cops 20 minutes to get here. That gives me 19 and a half minutes to just hang out.
Yeah,
Filipino
Stovepops,
Meatball
right.
needs to live closer to the border.
We do. We're in Arizona. How much closer? How much
No,
closer?
I'm talking about much closer to the border.
He's talking.
Okay.
Go live in.
You gotta go live. You gotta go live
Go
in
live in
Yuma.
Juarez,
Oh,
dude.
yeah. I see all these
I'm gonna
videos
live in Nogales and be
of
like,
people trying to,
"It's
you know,
fun."
coming across the
Hop
border
the-
trying to
hop the
break into
border.
ranches. I'm like, that's where you need to live there.
Well, we got to move to Yuma, Meatball, because that's literally the border is like right there. So
Why don't we just go to Nogales? I heard they have really good street tacos.
you would want to eat a street taco. Wow,
Nogales?
talking about fire.
Hold on. Can you imagine getting in a gunfight and then losing to a fat dude, eating a taco, and just smoked your shit?
Kid it up like that. When
Like kid it up like a dumbass in the middle of the street and just like you have to go tell Jesus at the pearly gates what happened.
I just
Bro,
imagine
dude
your
just
face.
smoked me.
Imagine your face filled with a taco just
Tacos,
hanging out of your
tacos.
lips
a little piece
like
of
a
meat.
cigar.
Bro, it'd just be like didn't
Fuck
drop
around
a
and find
fucking-
out.
Didn't drop a nothing.
Oh my god. Now, Copa,
That-
like,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. So think about this though. So the government's trying to tell you that you can't protect. You have a child coming soon. God bless you. And your beautiful wife.
Thank
Now, imagine the gall and the balls on the government saying, you know what, you really shouldn't have a gun to protect your family because
Yeah, you should
they're
really go fuck
dangerous.
yourself.
Like, you know, yeah. And
Kid-
that's the thing. Like, it baffles me to no end where they're trying to tell you how to live your life, and it's like I understand. Yeah, guns hurt people, but they hurt bad people. That's really the whole thing: is to protect yourself, protect your family. Having weapons in the home. My wife and kid have told me, you know what? It does make me feel better knowing that there are weapons in the house. God forbid something happens, you have a chance. That's the whole point, right? Protect yourself. You have a shot, and then, you know, the more weapons, the better, in my opinion. That's why I keep adding slowly because it's an expensive hobby. But like, you know,
Well, you know, think about it. You think about it this way.
Do you really need that second kidney, Cannoli?
I almost lost my liver. I mean, shit. What the hell's a kidney?
Bro, don't grow back. Just get it. You don't even need that.
They
second
regenerate.
kidney.
They regenerate. Yeah.
All organs do, right?
I don't know about
well,
appendix.
What were you gonna say, Ego? Sorry, you were about to say.
No,
something.
I was gonna say. I mean, Kobe, you lived in California. I'm trying to figure out how. I know we're similar, almost in age, but I mean, I'm pretty sure your family went through the Night Stalker situation in the '80s, right?
Damn, he just called you old as fuck.
I mean,
No,
I know it was
no,
that was more NorCal, but
No, that was more in the. Wait, was that NorCal? Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Richard Ramirez was more my area in
that's
LA.
what. Yeah,
Isn't
Well,
he the
wait,
night
Wait, yeah,
stalker?
he's the Night Stalker. So yeah, there.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so at one point he was in the LA area, like in the Chino
Right.
Hills area, but that's more like 25, 30 miles off the coast. But yeah, like that was the mid '80s. I was like 4 or 5,
Wasn't
so I only remember stories of people talking about it.
Was
So,
it
I mean, like,
Golden
if
State Killer
when you
that
watch
technically
the-
the original Night Stalker?
What's
What?
the original song?
The Golden State Killer was the original Night Stalker, and then Richard Ramirez took
Richard
that.
Ramirez took over.
Part
Yeah.
two.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mrs.
wow.
Cannoli would know that. She's the true crime expert here.
Okay, yeah.
Why is she-
Let's
Yeah.
really
why
get
is she
on
not-
that. Which
Come on.
Yeah. Come on, Mrs. Cannoli, Sasquatch.
we don't have a Vex here doing our research, so Mrs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cannoli-
but Mrs. Cannoli Sasquatch is excited because next week, I was going to announce this at the end of the show, obviously, but she's doing an all-female. She's trying to get an all-female stream going because I'm not going to be able to do my stream Friday.
What time should I show up?
Same time, buddy. She's running the show.
I
I
already
have.
called it in the chat. I said Filipino Meatball will be there.
Yeah, he'll be there.
I'll be
He'll
there.
be there.
Hello, ladies.
Yeah, there was a sniper in Phoenix.
Ladies.
Do we remember this, Meatball? There was
Oh,
a sniper
oh, yeah.
here. The freeway sniper.
Oh yeah, there was
So
the DC
I-
snipers too.
But wasn't there two wasn't there like a
was
sniper
two
and a
at the
serial
same
killer?
time.
Yeah, and
In Phoenix, there was the baseline killer that was like snatching up people off a baseline, and then there was the I-10 shooter. And notice how neither one of them got caught. They
And
just
then you
went
got
away.
Filipino Meatball, who's taco tactical.
Bro, I'm telling you. There's a picture of me fully kitted up,
Yeah.
rifle slung, working on a pink donut like it was going out of style.
You know, there's those guys who make the, for your M-Lock where you can put like, a Chick-fil-A sauce holder. You could make like a little taco holder.
Bro, this game changer. Can you imagine getting smoked by someone with like, bro, did you really get hit by a dude that's holding a taco? Like, what the fuck is happening?
Well, that probably happens quite a bit in Mexico, so you wouldn't be the first.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Oh yeah,
Dang.
JT's right.
Oh.
They went away because of the cartel. That's very true. They disappeared.
I heard,
So-
so
If they were disappeared. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I went to
No,
a thing that an FBI profiler did about the shooter on the 10 in Phoenix. And it basically said, notice how it went away and nobody questioned it? Almost as if it was a test by like an alphabet agency to see what kind of impact they could really do if they did that. Something like that happened. And then the fact that it didn't affect Arizona at all, because we were like, Arizona's carried so many guns, like they're ready for the gunfight, right? And so it just went away.
Yeah.
I mean, I was saying all this stuff with the Night Stalker just to be like, if you watch any of the documentaries on it, I say it channel what it was called. I call it the goddamn principle, like GDM. Literally, everyone did one of three things, if not all three. They bought a gun, they got a dog, and they started learning martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, well, if you think that's going to happen, you would take that logically to the next step. It's like you never really should have stopped with that principle. I was afraid to have firearms in the house too, but it was like I was still learning martial arts. We wound up getting more into guns when the pandemic started, and then we wound up getting a dog. So it's like, well, hey, you got at least 2 warnings before we get to the G of the goddamn. So, I say don't let the goddamn happen. So
That's fair.
Yeah, I want you to.
But if you think about it, the fastest mass shooting happened at 9 dead in 32 seconds.
Oh yeah, that was wild.
Shit.
damn.
9 dead, 32 seconds. You think
quick.
you picking up the phone and calling the cops, they're stopping that shit?
No, you gotta wait. What is the response time usually for? Was it 5
It's
minutes?
I think it's
Phoenix-
average 4 minutes.
Yeah, what's Phoenix?
Phoenix Metro is 7 minutes 40.
Yeah.
7 minutes 40 seconds.
That's a lot of time, dude. A lot of shit can happen in 7 minutes. By the way,
Where I grew up in Los Angeles is a small town
I can
called
imagine.
it's called Signal Hill, and they have their own police force. It's surrounded by Long Beach. So when I tell people where I'm from, I say Long Beach because no one knows where Signal Hill is. But I lived in Signal Hill, and they had one of the fastest response times ever. I mean, you call them, you were still on the phone with dispatch, and they're already heading up. It'd take about, I think one time we timed them out at like a minute 10 seconds. They were there on the spot. Still, 32 seconds, 9 dead. And you're on the phone with the cops are still getting there in a minute 10.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, exactly. And they have to assess the situation, figure out who the bad guys are, figure out who's firing on who.
And where was that shooting? 9 dead in 32 seconds?
9 dead, 32 seconds. I can pull it up right now.
By the way, please like, subscribe, and share, and smash that like button like Biden's trying to smash our gun rights.
Dayton, Ohio.
I really thought that was going a different way. I thought you were going to talk about like
Biden
trying to smash.
I was going to say,
or something.
It did not get a lot of coverage. I was going to say, I don't know how much you guys saw on the news, but this past 4th of July, I want to say, I think it was in the Phoenix area. There was the people who were having a 4th of July party, and like the neighbor came over and like eating food with everybody. Then suddenly in the kitchen just opened fired on half of everybody there.
Phoenix problem.
One of the
Bad
I
neighborhood.
think he shot 3 people. He hit one other guy in the head. He thought he was dead. He woke up. He got hit in the eye.
Wow.
Was it his left eye?
Yeah.
Wow. Vex.
I mean, vaporized his eye, but the guy was about to shoot his wife and 2 children, and she was pregnant as well with the 3rd child.
Oh
And
God.
He got back up, and he had a CCW, and he killed a guy. But it had like very little coverage at all. I'm shocked you guys.
Oh,
didn't
you
hear
mean a
about
good guy with the gun doesn't get publicity? Get out of here.
But
Yeah,
by
just like the dude in Texas who stopped the church shooting.
Yep.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah,
that?
inside the church. Hey, blue is what a great shot. Look at this.
Homie was a NRA certified
Fantastic shot.
instructor. Yeah.
Amazing. Hey,
And
by the way,
even after-
Headshot. He did a headshot.
I think Vex is trying to get me kicked off of YouTube at this guy. What the
You have too many spaces. It's chippy
Wow.
with it. There's an I at the end, and that's it.
Vex is like, fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out, eh?
She don't care. She's Canadian. She'll get your ass
That's
kicked
true.
off.
She has no
Trudeau will
rights.
show up at her door.
She has zero rights.
They're
She
gonna-
can't even
they're
buy a pistol, dude.
They would euthanize her. That's what they
I
do in
just
See
Canada.
that
Oh.
video of Pelosi and the
I watched the video with that.
What,
Tell
that-
me that. Yeah.
What,
That was
hammer time?
creepy.
Yeah. The guy. This guy's just like, oh, let go of the hammer, and you're
Okay,
like,
can we
no.
talk about this for a minute? Homeboy,
Please.
our Paul Pelosi, answers the door. He's still wearing his business attire, except for pants, and
Yeah,
he's
no
holding
pants.
a cocktail.
Yeah, I mean, I
And
think.
he goes, "Hello, hey fellas."
Hey,
Well, did you-
dudes,
did
what's
you-
up?
Did you hear the 911 call?
I did. This
Yeah,
is
I
just
mean-
before the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he was smashed. I mean, I think
Totally
that's why
smashed.
he behaved the
getting-
way that
he
he
was
did.
getting
He
smashed.
was about to get smashed again. He's getting hammered.
Oh man.
Literally.
He's
Yeah.
getting
my God.
hammered. I just got a Copa. I just
Jana,
got
you
it.
cracked me
But
up.
I mean, I think that I mean, again, I don't think there was a timestamp on it, but him breaking into the house, I mean, is
Mhm.
somewhat makes you okay. So I don't think he
It
just
doesn't
showed up
add
and then
up.
went outside
It's
and
weird.
did it. But it is weird though. It's
You
still
think Nancy-
strange.
You think Nancy Pelosi has firearms in the house, or?
Wait, was Paul Pelosi
He's just
wearing
gonna throw
hammer
ice cream at
pants?
him.
Ooh. No, he was wearing no pants.
He was
I
not
think-
wearing hammer pants.
If Nancy was home, she would just take out her broom and fly through the house and.
The only thing Paul Pelosi had on was
with
his
their $10
underwear and
pints of ice cream.
Yeah.
he had
Oh
a
yeah.
cocktail in his hand, dude. Does this make sense? He had a
No,
cocktail
no.
in his hand.
That you know what? Meatball brings up a good point. She wouldn't even give a shit about the husband. She'd care about that fridge with $1,000 worth of ice cream in it, like that when she during COVID. She was like, look at my ice cream, and her face is dripping from the Botox. The ego's like, that's not. He's like, that's not a good.
Oh, God.
E.G.O, think about that before you go to sleep tonight. Just that's what you
Yeah.
need to think about. I'm gonna shoot you. So a couple of pictures of it from.
No, no, no,
No, it's evil.
no.
That woman is fucking pure evil. Now, Ego, I know you wanted to kind of briefly go through some of the ATF stuff, right?
Yeah.
This is a big deal, and it's affecting a lot of people. And this is kind of it's a bullshit law that they're trying to get through. Or they did get through. Go ahead, buddy. I know you had some information, so please
Yeah.
share with the public.
So I mean, one of the other things I found out after getting into firearms was there were so many rules, and these weren't just rules of like, hey, you get a ticket. It's more like, hey, you might go to jail and you'll be able to have a firearm again. So, I was looking at certain guns and I was wondering why, this one gun looks the same as the other one, but it costs $300 or $400 less. And they're like, well, hey, why?
Why, Vex? Why?
Wow.
Them
Thanks for
pudding
the
pops
nightmare.
in a grocery bag? Why would you do that? Oh, damn. Anyway,
titties.
Anyway, so they were
That's
telling
another
me.
thing. That's another thing Left Eye needs to think about before going to bed. I guess.
God.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Sorry, we ruined
Okay.
your evening. You go.
No,
to sleep.
it's fine. Good lord. Anyway, so they were telling us something about you'd have these guns with something called a pistol brace, and for effect. I have one of these that I've purchased legally by itself. ATF, in case you're listening, by itself and detached. So anyway, the original thing was you're supposed to.
Did you file your Form 1?
Yeah, fuck them forms.
What forms? What?
So you're supposed to literally just strap this to your arm, and then you could fire it one-handed. And so there had been some back and forth over the years saying, well, can I shoulder it and fire from the shoulder? And so they'd gone back and forth with the ATF over for years. ATF said it was okay. So a lot of people purchased firearms that had the pistol brace, and so it was pretty much expected. But about 2 weeks ago, the ATF turned around and released a statement saying that the DOJ said that we can now reclassify what we determine to be a rifle versus a pistol. And basically they're saying if you have a firearm that's got this brace on it, you are now holding an illegal firearm. It is now determined to be a short-barreled rifle. Although we will tell you it's not illegal if you do one of three things. You either have to lengthen the barrel of your firearm and put a stock on the back end. Now it's a rifle and it's longer than 26 inches. You can either destroy it, or you can pay us $200, tell us where you live, your social, the gun you're buying, the serial number, and when you purchased it and where you purchased it from.
That's not a registry at all.
No,
Not at all.
No, not at all.
they're taxing you and they're keeping track of you. There's nothing wrong with
Well,
that.
dude,
That
I
sounds
was
like
like,
the government,
E.G.O,
doesn't it?
by
They'll
the way-
tax
No.
you and then they'll
No.
track your ass.
Yeah.
They did backtrack and said you don't have to pay the $200 tax stamp.
Well, the thing
This
is, you
one
still have
time.
to, but they said you still had to register it, though. They're
Right,
trying to
You said
grandfather.
they're
They're
like,
trying to
we'll
grandfather
meet
it.
you in the middle. You don't have to pay $200 I'm like,
This time.
Well,
it's still
well,
a
the,
registry.
Well,
The-
isn't
yeah,
that
the-
what they usually do? Is they'll go like 4 feet, and then you go, no, that's an overreach. So then they go, okay, we'll scale it back 2 feet.
right.
2 feet.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they just gained 2 feet on you, but you feel good about it.
I just want to know, I have a tax stamp for that thing right there. Why do I have to fill out another one? Can't we
Now-
just use the same information?
Right.
I thought
Well, that's-
so.
What?
I was gonna
Go
say I thought if you
Mm.
if your gun was not a short-barreled rifle, if you still had the brace stock on it, it was fine.
No, well, they're saying basically if it's shorter than the 20 overall length of 26 inches, or you're actually using this where you're mating to shoulder it and fire it, then they're saying it's technically a short-barreled rifle.
Mhm.
And by that token, it's NFA. And then I found out with that Heller decision, they use that to interpret that the Second Amendment is only for non-NFA items. So anything that's under the purview of the NFA is not technically covered by the Second Amendment unless you classify with the ATF as an NFA item, which includes shit like this. So
I always get
I-
those out there. They better have level 4 level body armor, just saying.
Yeah, but isn't there another? I forget how it's described, but if it's a common use
Well,
firearm,
that's what they were trying to tell me. I was like, there's 40 to 50 million of these that should technically be common use. And they're saying, yo, it would be common use if it's technically not an NFA item. At least
Well,
for what I'm... Go ahead.
the ATF is not a law creator.
That's-
It's
yeah,
a
that's
law
what I was going to
enforcer.
say.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so the DOJ enforces those laws
Right.
and gives the grants that permission to the ATF. The only problem is ATF doesn't make laws. You can't arbitrarily change a rule that by default makes everyone else a felon. So
Also,
Right.
you also have to add the third factor in is the enforceability of it. They're like you said, how many of
Right.
them are out there?
50,
500,000?
at least 40 to 50 million. 40 to 50
Yeah,
million.
like 40, 50 million of these. Like, so
Yes.
we fill out the form 1 and send it in. Who's enforcing it? Because it takes 8
Right.
months to get my can out of jail. Now,
Right.
can you imagine
Yeah.
how long it's going to take?
Well-
It's a lifetime before I'm ever going to get a pistol brace.
The problem, I mean, the issue that I had was the fact that I say, and I don't tend to make things racial all the time, but I tell everyone, if shit happens to black people, it's gonna be a litmus test for the rest of y'all. So I say, I know that people have their own views on Black Lives Matter.
Sure.
I don't really care about it. However, when you see shit happening to us, it's a litmus test of it's going to happen to other people. So I'm like, hey,
Mhm.
who's the lowest common denominator? The newest people to firearms, people that may not know all the rules, and therefore the easiest ones to get.
Yeah.
The
Look like
liberals.
me. Right.
Oh.
Goddamn. Right. Anyway, so I said that, you know, as for the people that are new to firearms, or people that, you know, are saying, you know, that they're saying, you know, hey, you all have your own movements here. It's like, well, hey, if they're going to enforce it, they usually enforce people that either can't afford to get out of a situation like that or are going to be hopefully ignorant. So it's not like they're
Right.
going to pull up in a nice suburb of Dallas or Glendale or even the suburbs of Northeast Philly. They're going to pull up in the towns where people are just like, well, hey, we have them, and, you know, we'll hunt with them or we'll be around, but we don't really know all the rules or we don't really follow the news like that. And so for me, it was just the point of they're making all these arbitrary rules, and I actually wound up fast forwarding to the Kevin McCarthy fiasco with him trying to get Speaker of the House after 13 tries, right?
13.
So, right. So what happened was part of the concessions that he had to make was the reinstitution of the Holman rule. I don't know if y'all heard about that. But Matt,
I briefly, but I wanted to
Yes.
talk to you about that. So go ahead.
yeah, so Matt Gaetz was on Tim Pool and he was talking about it, and I looked it up. And so basically they hadn't used the
Right there.
Holman rule in years. And so what they did was the Republican Party got it put back into play so that if you don't play ball essentially with Congress, they can actually put a vote to defund your entire operation. And not just like the
Jeez.
ATF. I mean, like, yo, hey, Congressman Yates, whatever, just for an example. I don't like what you're pulling, so we're pulling together a vote to make your salary $1.
Oh,
Right. So you have to like. So if you
play
pull
ball,
that,
bitch.
yeah, they have to actually formally present it for you to vote on it, because it's like you don't arbitrarily make the laws. Congress itself does. So the goal is that they might have to use that with the ATF, hopefully, because I don't really know if Republicans care
Hide your dogs.
more.
Yeah, we don't want
Right,
another
hide
Ruby
your
Ridge.
Right. So but yeah, so that's kind of all that I've been seeing going on. So I'm just asking, what are you all's thoughts? And I know I talked a lot on that one, but what are y'all thinking?
Meatball, go
I'm
ahead. I know.
First of all, I think E.G.O is the best one in the group. Sorry, you guys. That's what I think. Two,
Thanks, Ego.
if
Thank you,
anyone
guys.
ever notices, it's never anyone that runs for office that oversteps anything. The president never signs anything into executive order, taking anything away, right? Congress never passes any laws that does anything like this. It's Department of Homeland Security. It's freaking ATF. It's FBI. It's people that don't get elected, that get appointed to jobs, that all of a sudden try to reach for some power, and there's no checks and balances behind it, right? It has to be sued and then go to appellate court and then go in front of SCOTUS and have them tell them to stop doing this stupid shit over and over again. Like, they just struck down 2 gun things from the state of New York, and then they just blatantly disregard it. And it's just it's a cycle over and over again of people that aren't elected trying to do things to represent the people.
Yeah,
Agreed.
they think they're helping the people, but they're not. They're not. It's all bullshit. Cope, I know you got to head out in a minute, but before you go, I was going to ask you, since we're going to ask this later on, we're going to ask what everybody's everyday carry is. What they mostly using them. What's yours, buddy? Before
mine is my first one, and that is the P365.
Nice. It's a very common. Yeah.
It's very common. It's very compact. 9mm. But it's just a wonderful light everyday carry. There's a little bit of kick to it because it's so compact.
Right.
But as soon as you get used to that, it's a fine weapon.
What do you carry? What magazine do you carry? Flush fit or the pinky extended?
The pinky one, because my hands are so big.
I carry the same thing, and there's a trick that if you put downward pressure on your bottom pinky, it doesn't snap nearly as much.
Oh, okay. Like, I'll try that out next time.
I watched a YouTube video about it from Sean Ryan from Vigilance Elite is what his company's called, but that's what he carries, and he talks about like he had to change his grip of just overlapping his pinkies at the bottom and putting that downward pressure keeps it from being snapped. So when he goes like this, and he covers that pinky with another pinky and puts downward pressure on it. So as he presents it,
all right,
keeps it from
Okay, I'll have to try that, because that's the one thing I don't like about the P365 is because I have big ham hock meaty Italian hands.
Ginzo hands.
Yeah, so when my dumb greasy fingers get all over that 6 hour.
It's from all that it's all that grease in your hair that you're wiping out. That's what it is.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's just it's my blowout, dude. You always comment on my blowout, man.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
I have small hands, and I had the same problem with it. And then I watched the video, went to the range the next day, and I was like,
I'll have to try
"Oh my god,
out.
It's a different shooting experience."
Because I was seriously thinking about switching to the Beretta.
Oh.
Just so I have a better grip on it, but I'll try that out instead.
I just think it's really nice that Filipino shared that info with you, and you guys are now pinky pals.
Aww. Pinky brothers for life.
Don't worry where that pinky goes. Oh, is this a pinky connection?
I hope it's not a stinky pinky.
You know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
Where's the pinky connection?
Now, that's the only weapon you have, Copa, or is that just one of the weapons you own?
Just one of the weapons.
Fuck around and find out.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, fuck around and find out. But yeah, that's the one I like and love, and that's the one I train a lot with, just because that is my everyday carry. That's the one I sleep underneath my pillow if I ever slept.
You don't sleep. No.
No.
You don't know what that word means.
I'm trying to figure it out, but
You're gonna be-
my body is slowly trying to shut down on
He's
me.
trying to
like,
break down his migraines and yet he's on like 18 streams this week. He's like, my head hurts.
No.
I don't know why,
I wonder why.
Copa.
No,
It's because he's writing that second book. That's why. He wrote the second.
no,
book. Yeah,
it's
he's
already
Look,
done, guys.
I know.
I'm
I
waiting.
know.
for you
Nice.
to
Oh my
drop
God,
so
I'm gonna
you
get
can't
yelled
book me
at.
like you did before.
No, nobody's gonna yell. You piece of shit.
I put this glorious, really nice
Dude.
comment out on review on Amazon,
Good book.
and then the response I got back was, "You trash hoe." You can read in the Philippines per Tyler Redbeard.
Damn,
This is your fault, Copa, because you put out a great product. Now you have a demand. See, this is what
know.
happens. It's a good
I
thing.
get
though.
it. No, I get it. I get it.
Um,
It's coming. It's coming.
Don't make me go misery on you and block you in the woods.
That'd be
Oh!
hilarious.
No.
Ooh.
Only if
you
you're
said-
wearing a wig, bro.
Yeah,
wearing
wearing the wig.
If you're wearing the same shit she's wearing, that'd be hilarious.
If she does that and starts saying cock-a-doodle, you know you're in
she's
trouble.
You're being a dirty birdie.
Dirty birdie. Oh my God.
That'd be a great promo.
Good.
I swear to God, Copa. I know you got like what? So what do you got going on before you take off? Anything coming up?
Yeah. So next week I got Triple M.
Mm-hmm.
With you, we're doing Mean Girls.
Mean Girls.
Everybody
Yes.
loves Mean Girls.
Yes.
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 Who doesn't love a good Mean Girls?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I always thought when I first saw Mean Girls, I was like, man, this is just like Heathers, this movie from the 80s. This,
I remember
yeah.
that movie.
Yeah, with Winona Ryder and Christian Slater.
Yep.
But dude, it is so much better than Heathers.
My child played it one day, and she's a teenager now. So she's watching it. And I'm like, let me sit down and watch a movie with her. Right? Let's bond a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's, And I was like, halfway through, I was like, this movie's actually not bad.
It's legit.
It's actually funny. It's witty, and
Well,
it wasn't
yeah.
boring. It was teenage, whatever, but it was funny. I actually laughed out loud a few times.
Yeah. That's a
so
true testament of a. You know what a true testament of a comedy is? Is if you're sitting by yourself and you actually laugh out loud. Because usually you need that cue of other people laughing to laugh out loud.
Yeah.
So, and that movie made me laugh out loud, and I was by myself. I was watching Mean Girls by myself, laughing out loud. That's a sad picture.
And you're
that I
admitting
just
it,
painted
so-
for you, and I'm admitting it. But no, I was watching it with the wife, and I said, "Hey, you know what? We should watch next is Heathers, because this is pretty much
It's a
what
very
it's built off
similar
of.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, very similar.
There's
We
definitely
watched
some
Heathers. I was
inspiration
like,
there.
this sucks.
I love how the stream went from 2A rights to, oh my God, I love
Oh my God.
Mean Girls. It's so great.
Mean Girls.
No, I
doesn't
have-
even
I-
go here.
Fabulous.
I have a question. Even though it's gonna be on a Monday, are y'all gonna wear pink?
No, so
That's
we're
the
all
question.
going to dress how we were dressing in high school back in the day.
Wow.
I can't de-age
No.
myself, and I can
Okay.
dye my hair. I'm trying to look for I was telling them I'm trying to look for a Knicks jersey I used to have with a gold chain. That's what I look like.
Wow.
I had the dark slick back hair, which I can't grow out anymore. But I had a John Starks jersey from when he was with the Knicks back in the day, the Italian horn, and the Knicks chain.
Bro,
And
just put on a windbreaker and call it a day. We all know what you're dressing as.
Hey,
Get that members only jacket.
collecting lunch money for people,
It's
here to
just
collect-
insurance money, huh?
God.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, so-
right. Yeah, go ahead.
So I
buddy.
got that, and then Tuesday, I'm going to be on Tyler the Redbeard. He's in the chat.
Yes, I
What's
heard
up,
about
Tyler?
that.
I'm going to be on
That's
his
awesome.
first ever live stream. We're going to be ranking Star Wars everything from the movies, TV shows to books and games.
Whoa.
So you're
Never seen
basically
that.
going to be on for 18 hours.
Yeah, so and we're going to be on there the entire duration it takes to talk about all those things.
Oh,
Those
good.
things.
Oh, them things. And then Wednesday, it's not even a review. Next Wednesday, it's going to be a commentary on the writing of Velma and how
Oh,
you two
God.
can succeed as a writer in the world of modern entertainment.
There was a writer for that show?
Oh yes, her name's Mindy Kaling. She's so hot. You should look her up.
Oh,
Search
From
Mindy
the
Kaling.
office?
Yeah, Mindy Kaling bathing suit. Look that up.
Pass.
no,
Don't do
You
it.
sure?
don't do it.
You know
No,
what?
if you thought Nancy
If you're gonna look
Pelosi was
that up-
bad,
If you're gonna look that up, look up Blue Waffle as well, guys.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
And on that note,
Okay,
Oh,
Copa,
gross.
it's been fun.
If you've made it that far, 2 girls, 1 cup.
No,
No! No.
are we still doing reaction videos to Two Girls One Cup, or is that old?
I mean,
I mean,
I've never seen it.
I was in
Don't.
high school.
Ego,
I was in
please.
high school
No,
when they were doing that.
no.
do yourself a favor, Ego. Please don't.
I
know,
only
Lou
got
Waffle,
one eye. I can't put out my other
1
eye,
cup.
so no. No.
I need
Hey,
that.
Ego-
1 cup. Get on that.
Ego, spoiler warning, they both lose.
You know, the Pinky Pals are really gross. 2 girls, 1 cup, and Mindy Kaling in a bikini. You guys are nasty.
We're from gun rights to Mean Girls to oh my god, we are so off track.
That's how
totally
that's
correct.
how it works with me, dude.
Yeah.
We'll go all over the place.
I feel like this is a typical Friday show.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
for sure.
Our Monday shows we're trying to not do that with our Monday show, but it kind of goes off the rails a little bit. But it's fun, right, Copa? It's all in good fun.
I have a blast.
The
on
Fighting
Monday show.
Cannolis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Of
never
course.
be able to watch that movie.
I
Again
look
without
for-
being like, they're the Cannolis.
You know, they
So-
used to say you have a bad case of the Mondays. I look forward to Mondays.
Monday does make my Monday. I hate Mondays. Mondays is a rough day work wise, but I push through that day because I cannot wait to get with the group. So
Yep.
it is
No,
awesome.
it's a good time. So I
But
look
do me a
forward to it.
favor, go get fucking some rest, please. You're gonna die.
Go see
I don't need that in my life. I need you on my shows. Please go get some rest. You got a baby coming. Rest.
Well, I'm practicing for the baby because I hear you don't get rest when you
No.
have a kid. So I'm just practicing.
Okay, you'll be ready. Oh, you'll be ready.
Just invest in a lot of meth.
Oh, okay.
You'll be doing a lot of writing with
Meth
the baby.
and guns.
Meth
Yeah,
Perfect.
coffee,
and
meth, and guns.
And taco holders for my rifles.
Taco. Yeah.
Taco.
Now, for your taco holder on your rifle, is it a dinosaur taco holder? Have you seen those? Those are pretty rad. They're like
Yeah.
brontosaurus taco holders.
I need one on each side.
That'd be dope. Oh, so it'd be like an iron sight of tacos.
Exactly.
Or maybe the taco shell would be the iron sight. You know?
Ooh.
With
I didn't even think
fajita
about
at the
that.
end.
Here,
Fajita tacos.
I'm gonna promote
Yeah,
your
it
book
will-
for
it
you.
will- It will oh, there. Oh, that's right. I have a book.
I'm gonna
too.
promote because he's got a migraine. He's not thinking straight. Why not Wichita by Mr. Catania?
Thank
Please
you.
go. It's on Amazon. Please
yes.
go buy this. It's fantastic. Support him.
Go
Filipino-
read the reviews. They're
Read the
fantastic
reviews.
reviews.
His description information. I'm sorry. His information is in the description. His Twitter, his YouTube. Subscribe to him. He just did a Bullet Train review video, which was fucking fantastic. So please go do that. And then, yeah, Copa's the man.
Yeah, you know
Well-
what, guys? Cannoli, thank you for having me. It was wonderful being
Of course,
on the
dude.
panel with you guys, especially with Philippine Meatball and Ricky being on the panel for the first time. It was wonderful chatting with you with such a great and precious subject that we have.
Hold on. Before you go, I have
Yo.
to share this. It's a tactical.
Right here.
Now we all have to buy these. We have to buy them.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
we
the
have to be.
sticker.
Yeah,
Sticker right there.
that's our
Yeah.
unit patch right there.
Oh,
Or a gun case sticker.
That's
Oh,
happening.
that is fucking hilarious.
That
Oh,
is amazing.
This is
there's
how
your
That's awesome.
yeah. There's your perfect send off right there, buddy.
Oh, I can't think of anything better. Hey, thank you
Yeah.
guys.
All right,
thank you
buddy.
for
Thank you.
having
I'll
me,
see you Monday
Take
night,
care,
man.
Copa.
All right.
I'll see you Monday in the comments.
Peace out, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
See you, dude.
Thank you, Copa. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on. You guy hasn't not been feeling well, and migraines are a bitch. So I give him
Yeah, yeah.
kudos for. But now we got the sexy people on. So
With sexy people plus ego.
How dare you, sir?
Oh,
Coming right in my
damn,
shimmy.
So speaking of that, let's get to that then. So what is everybody's everyday carry? Because I know Meatball here, he likes to switch off every fucking week on what his everyday carry is until he got his staccato,
Jesus,
True.
man.
and now that's his everyday carry.
Are we allowed to show it on camera?
You can show, you just can't.
load.
You can show, you
load
can't
mag-
load or mess with the magazine. But
No
you can present-
insertion.
you could present it.
No modifying your weapon.
You could present
my-
it like a. Just show it. Look at that
So
thing.
smooth, bro.
Look at that
God.
fucking.
So mine
that
right
thing.
here
Ugh.
is a staccato C2.
Oh my god!
It's goddamn glorious.
I just
Bro,
had an orgasm.
can you-
It's basically running glass at this point with it. So the quick story behind it: I used to carry a Glock. I have a Gucci Glock, which is right here.
Gucci
That has
Glock.
about $1,500 into it.
I was just like
What?
15,000. Jesus.
Oh, I was gonna say Jesus.
It's
That's some Glock.
It's a custom slide, custom sights, custom trigger,
Yeah.
springs, everything in there. That thing runs like a dream. And I carried that one for like 3 or 4 years. And I made, when Cannoli and I used to work at a gun shop together, STI, the company before Staccato, used to come in and watch you, right? And I was friends with the owner, and I made a joke with him that if he ever made a gun for concealed carry, I'll buy it, right? I'll buy that gun from you. And so a couple years after I had left the company, he emailed me and goes, "Hey, buddy, check this out." Sends me a CAD drawing of it and goes, 9 months, do you want me to put you on the list? Sure as hell put my name on the list. So I was one of the first ones to have it.
I remember that.
When they rebranded to Staccato. And the cool thing about mine is, if you look at the name on it, it doesn't say just Staccato C2. It says STI Staccato C2. There's only 120 of them out there, and I got one of them. That's my everyday carry. It's a 4.25 inch barrel, 9mm. I carry it with 16+1, and then I carry a backup of 24 on the hip.
Look at you, man.
You're welcome.
Such a nerd.
Look at R2 he comes back. He just finally comes back and is like, "You're a piece of shit."
Turns on the camera to be a hater on that one.
At the other part of this, we're going everyday carries. I carry a black bag with me everywhere I go. It goes into the car. It's my get home bag. In that get home bag is that right there. It's a 300 Blackout.
Way to make your fanny pack sound more impressive.
It's a 300 Blackout with a Law Tactical folder. It's got an 8.5-inch barrel with a 4-inch comp on the end. That thing is loud as all get out because I run custom ammo through it. So I run 240 grain through that thing, and if it's gonna hit you, it's gonna knock you down with it. Yep. In the bag, there's also a smaller kit than this that has 4 mags across the front and 2 in the back, just in case we're fighting the cartel or something like that. But that's with me all the time. That bag and my Staccato on my hip.
Aren't you special?
I am special.
How do you even compare? Like, I don't know. E.G.O, what is your everyday carry? We'll just continue on.
I mean, it's nowhere near as impressive as that. Damn. I mean, I've shot in Staccato like at the gun shops around here, and it really is like
it's a cheat code.
It's a sex with ammunition, man. You're like,
what do you call it in the video game world? Vet? Is it called OP? Just
OP.
Overpowered.
It's a cheater. It's a cheater gun.
It's a cheat code. Is what it is.
It's ridiculous.
It's like, yeah, you feel like you're like, hey, I need to turn the lights down low. Can you light some candles? Play some Al Green.
Hello, is it me you're looking for? Lionel Richie popping on.
Yeah, like I love that gun. Hopefully, at one point, I'll be able to get it. I mean, now that they've got the layaway feature, like it's definitely a possibility. But the MSRP is damn.
Hey,
you know,
go to the place. They'll sell it to you on the spot.
Which one?
If you go to Staccato's factory,
you're in Texas. I know. Is it at MSRP though?
No, they are under MSRP.
You do get discounts, yeah.
Go look. Have you watched Coleon Noir's video when he went and picked
up
I
did, but he made it seem like I can't even figure out how to get the invite there to go to the store.
Show up. That's how I got to go through the factory. Show up.
You just show up. Be like, hey,
just walk. Yeah, just show up.
I showed up, and they're like, what can I help you with? And I was like, I'm here to pick up a front sight because I went with a tritium night sight in my front of mine. And I'm like, I need to pick up a sight, and they're like, you want a tour? And I was like,
oh shit. Okay. Well, then
is that how you walked? You just wobbled in like that?
Well,
said, hey.
I'm fat as fuck. Yeah, that's how I walked.
He's like,
I thought you rolled over, bro.
Oompa loompa doobity.
Just so you know, they take you to the back room with the gunsmiths.
I bet they do.
Yeah,
as they're hand fitting the slide with a wet file, and I was just like, everywhere.
Okay, that's okay. Then that's happening. I gotta go there. I'm probably gonna get one now. Yeah, I did the C2 and the Staccato P duo, so I think in between those two, I might get one of them. But anyway, my EDC is actually the first gun I ever purchased in like the Glock 48. Weird thing about it was like I was living with Shiro at the time, where we were engaged, and all the gun shops within like within 2 hours of where we lived were like completely closed for COVID. So we actually had to try to drive out to like near Lancaster, pretty much like near Amish
Wow.
country. Yeah, we had to drive all the way out there to get this gun. Now the MSRP on this before this was like $450. I paid $750 for this bitch.
God damn.
Yeah.
Can I make you really mad?
No, because of how urgent it was. Because like the thing was like Shiro's told the story a few times, but like all we had was a 38 in the house, and so I'd never shot it before. I just knew we had it, but it's like I'm a rule follower. Like, yo, where are the papers for this? Like, did someone file the serial number off? You took this from like Ohio to Philly. Like, what are we gonna do with this? So when she got scared when COVID hit, and she's like, we don't know what our neighbors are gonna do. I don't feel safe. Then it kind of hit me. I'm like, I don't want her to feel unsafe around me. So I'm like, okay, well, let's go get one. So, with the urgency that we had, I'm glad I got it. And it just made it so that I appreciated guns that I actually got that I could afford at this point. So, I mean, I got it. And then like, that's when I started to figure out like why I was like, John Wick has like a 20 rounder. Why did this come with a 10 round magazine? And like, oh, well, it's California compliant. I'm like, we don't live in California. We're in Philly. Like, oh, it's for California. So I had to do research to find the Shield Arms 15 round magazine to go with
God
it. And
damn,
so,
dude. What a pain in the
between,
ass.
between doing that, I had to put the TLR light on it and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's still my everyday carry unless I get a staccato at this point, or some way I find out how to fit a Canic in my bag or something like that.
okay.
No,
Because
absolutely.
I was gonna ask you. That's what I'm asking because I was like, I
No.
know that it's either I get a Canic like that or I get something for competition. Like I forgot to ask you last time we were on. Like, yo, if I'm running competition, like, what's the best or simplest gun I can get that either I can run it with iron sights or with like an optic on the back. Like,
I mean,
I'm asking. I'm actually asking.
If I was going to tell you, if you're going to take competition seriously, your entry level gun should be a CZ Shadow 2.
Oh, come on, like not for $1,000 at least.
Bro, like, what do you? Otherwise, it's gonna
I'm
be
saying
19.
like I'm just saying
Like,
if you're if you
like
don't
a
wanna
bickering
that's
couple
fine.
over here.
Go get a G17, get a Gen 5, and throw a
R2's like, what
Swamp
the
Fox
fuck?
on top of it.
Hold on, wait,
got
you go
a
too
race
fast.
gun.
Let me
We'll get to you,
Okay.
R2. We'll get to you.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
Look, if
They
you
really-
just want to entry into the field, you don't know if you want to
Yes,
do it.
sir.
Gen 5, G17 MOS, throw a Swamp Fox optic on the top of that bitch for under $700. You have a comp ready gun that you can
You said
carry
Foxtrot?
in your hip. On your hip.
R2's making faces like, what the fuck?
I was just like, I'm not gonna try to run up here and like, yo, look over here. It's Johemian Wick over here. I'm here to like, hey, it's nice to
Johemian.
meet you. I just need to know how to fire this in under stress. I was like, if I'm gonna go with the CZ, I'm gonna have to just jump all the way to staccato at that point. Yeah, but if I will take your advisement for a Gen 5 Glock 17 MOS with a Foxtrot, right?
I feel like
With the Swamp
Jamarcus Wick
Fox.
would be more fitting.
Wait, what Fox? Hold on.
Jamarcus Wick.
Yeah, Jamarcus Wick.
Jamarcus Wick. I like that.
Jamarcus Wick. There we go. I was going to
I like
Johemi if they're gonna. Everyone always asks if I'm like from like the islands or some reason.
That's
It's like-
racist.
It's
That
the
is
weirdest
racist.
thing. They're like they always ask you like,
Bastards.
where are you
For the
from?
record,
bro?
only one of us is from the islands in this group.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. See, so you know how it feels.
Meatball used to live in the trees, man. The coconuts and shit.
Bananas are delicious.
Bananas are good.
All right, sorry to derail that, but go ahead.
No, you're good.
R2's like,
R2.
what the fuck?
R2's like, when do I get my chance to talk? Now you see, look at the poor guy's sick. He's just resting and listening. So go ahead, R2.
Well, I was gonna say, you guys are all gonna probably hate me because I really don't carry. Mainly just because I don't have the
that
insurance. No, more so just because of like you brought up though, getting insurance.
Mhm.
It's one of those things where there's a very different story of somebody coming into my house as opposed to being out and about. Again, like I've come to terms where if somebody came in the house, I'm fine with it. But there's a lot of pros and cons to carrying, and there's a little bit of me in the sense of, do I want that responsibility? I mean, I also get the argument of like, well, better to have it than not have it. So, I haven't gotten there yet. we'll see if that ever happens. But if you had to consider it, it would be my HK P30L.
Nice.
God, the John Wick gun, guys.
Yes, the
Of
Wick
course
stick.
Of course, it's got to be the L.
If they had.
Nice.
I mean, I'm not, a little guy like you. I mean, this is like a normal.
Damn.
Wah, wah, wah.
I can still carry a 300 blackout.
He hides it in his rolls.
I wish. Look, what you in
It's
these
crack
rolls,
concealed.
you don't even know. Sometimes it's dinner rolls.
Yeah, all right. I get it. I understand. I don't know. Like this is tough because I work from home now. But when I was going to the office, I was carrying, and you're gonna laugh, right? Because I'm a giant man and I'm carrying this M&P shield, 9mm, the small.
So you're
what
carrying a full-size Filipino meatball pistol.
Yes, but what I ended up doing though, eventually, is switching to the MP45. So
That's the 2.0.
yes.
How is it?
Yep. Oh, I love this freaking thing. This thing is so goddamn. Well, I was telling Meatball this. Well, I went to Texas whenever I was there back in the fall. Well, my cousins had one, so I shot there 45, and then he just got the new Glock 10mm. That thing, oh my god! I thought this thing kicked when it shot. That thing was putting holes through that target like it was just ridiculous.
Wow.
I mean, but
Did the target yell "Daddy" every time
it did. It said, "Daddy, Daddy."
This is a 40 cal, and I know I was telling you guys earlier. I mean, it's depending what you use. It's snappy. I mean, a 10mm is like just.
Oh my god!
It's a 40 cal on steroids. So I
for
believe
bears.
It was.
We have lots of
power.
bears around Arizona, apparently.
I didn't expect it to have that much. I mean, I knew it was going to have a lot of kick, but Jesus, I mean, I thought the 45 was powerful. Holy shit! So I fell in love immediately, and then of course Smith & Wesson. That's my pistol of choice because it's what I can afford, and it's a good brand, very reliable. So I'm like,
it won the Flannel Daddy freeze test and mud test.
What was the one I just I sent you guys? It was Smith & Wesson. It just came out. Oh my god! Wasn't the 10mm?
The 5.7?
I think it was the 5.7.
Yeah,
Yes,
It's a nice looking gun.
Because we remember we were like, well, 5.7, and then Meatball was like, holy shit! But Smith & Wesson made it now, so it's like,
I mean,
like
it's got to be good.
Whiskey Banger had it FN, and he didn't like it. Right?
It was trash,
and he sold it. And then Ruger came out with one, and I don't trust Ruger for my life. So I was like, I'm waiting for someone to make a decent one, and then they're like, oh, M&P 2.0 line.
Yeah,
I was like,
solid line.
Filipino meatball would hate me. I love Ruger.
I had a question.
Ruger has their place. Like, they make really good rifles, really good shotguns, really good.
They don't make shotguns anymore.
They own Marlin.
Okay, Marlin, but I mean, there's no Ruger labeled shotgun anymore.
It's by default.
The thing is, Ruger is made in Prescott, Arizona, which is like an hour and a half from us. I've been to their factory. They are amazing at casting things. They are the Lamborghini of cast items. When you ask them to mill or forge something, they got problems. So, I'd own a Ruger wheel gun all day, but I would not own a Ruger striker fire or hammer fire or anything.
Yeah, I don't know. First handgun was just the Smith & Wesson 9mm 2.0, and then I eventually got rid of it. But I fell in love with them. And again, it's about it's cost effective and they're reliable. They're a well-known brand, and I just fell in love with that brand. So that's just it's my thing. But everybody's got theirs. But I love my 45. That thing, and it's a police. If you look, I don't even know if you can see it on the camera. It's a police issued gun. It was a police trade-in. Bridgeport, Massachusetts police, which I got to modify some things on it, but I was like, dude, barely used.
Modifying?
I got to get a new trigger. I want to upgrade the trigger, and the night sights are shit. And
Apex is literally 3 miles from your house.
Yeah, I know.
They will literally drop it in they will drop it in while you wait.
Oh, I bet they will.
How many times have they dropped it in for you?
They dropped it in all 3 times.
Why do you think he walks funny?
Shit.
Why do you think he's always walking funny when he's moving around?
Oh man,
wobbling. But yeah, I mean, there's obviously other home defense weapons, which are in the back, kind of in the background. The rifle, the shotgun, and I got a 1911 around here somewhere. But
Wow,
yeah,
that's not a good thing to say.
what?
That was somewhere around here somewhere. We'll find it.
Yeah, we'll find. It's back here. It's just back here. I got the dog to bark at people when they come in, and me to shoot them when they come through the door. That's just the way it
You
goes.
were warned. The dog warned you.
Dog warned you. So yeah, but yeah, it's just so important though. I don't know. The home defense thing is just. And I got in an argument. Quick story with a friend of ours years ago because she was, very liberal, very anti-gun, very, there's other ways to protect yourself, and I was like, how?
Yeah, last time I did that, they charged me with rape.
Whoa. Oh my god, this dude! Wow,
this fucking guy. And then, so I basically almost ended the friendship at one point because I basically told her I to piss her off. I was like, well, I guess I care about my family's lives more than you do yours.
Damn.
Because she was pissing me off, man. And then I have my dad's cousin. He's a very wealthy person and lives in Santa Monica, California, very liberal. And then when I was there visiting one time, him and his wife are very like, no guns, no guns. Well, if somebody breaks in the house, I got a golf club and a bat. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is that going to do when the guy's pointing a fucking a semi-automatic weapon at you?
Question:
It's the logic.
Do you think he can hit 1,800 feet per second?
Thank you.
Exactly.
Bro, I hope he squares that bitch.
This isn't a fastball from a fucking a 90. This is a fucking bullet coming at. So and what pissed me off about it was like they were like very like, oh, criminals they need to be rehabilitated. Yet there's homeless people sleeping in front of their house, and they called the cops like 5 times while we were there. Like, oh, we can't have our children seeing this. And I'm like, this is the kind of hypocritical shit that floats up to our politicians into the White House now. And these are the people that vote these morons in, and why California is in the place that it's in.
Tell me how you really feel.
It's just fucking. I don't understand the logic there, and I wasn't going to convince him because back then I wasn't as passionate as I am now about this stuff. So if I had to talk to him now, I'd be like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" The logic doesn't compute. And it's one thing if you have a fear of the weapon. And you just don't know, like Meatball said, if you're not trained. And Mrs. Cannoli Sasquatch was like that until we went to a firing range, and then she learned, okay, so it's not as bad as I thought. My mistake is I had her shoot the shotgun first, which is probably a really bad idea.
How's her shoulder? Still
yeah, her shoulder was. She's like, oh my, she had one shot. She was like, yeah, I'm good. And then
I have a fully suppressed 22. You could have started her with that.
I know. Well, that's the time we went. Remember with Whiskey Banger when we worked at that place together. That's the time we went. So
did she shoot the suppressed 22? I have.
No, we didn't get to it at that point. It's just one of those things. But I think practice has helped, and unfortunately with time constraints and working, it's a little hard to, especially out here in Arizona where it's 119 degrees half the year. It's hard to get out into outdoor shooting ranges. We do have indoor ones. I know Meatball practices a lot. I know Whiskey Banger wants to. He has a cabin up north he goes to once in a while to shoot. That's fun.
Look, I have a membership to 2 different ranges.
Yeah, I know you do.
They can work.
Yeah.
One of them has a mile shot in a canyon. I mean, I haven't hit anything past like 500, but still, there's a mile shot in a canyon if anybody wants to try.
What is that? What is that? I don't know what that is. What is that?
It's the range is called Cowtown Range. It's a private range.
Oh, it's private.
It's like a membership. Yeah.
You would like it. It's backed up to a mountain.
It's amazing.
I would like.
So all it is behind you is just a mountain. So there's no threat of anybody being behind you, and there's no range master. It's just kind of you set up your own shit.
That's cool.
It's really nice. It's very, again, I know people don't like not having range masters. I can't stand them. So I don't like people looking over my shoulder. I'm with people I trust with the shooting. Ex-army, ex-military, whatever. And it's like, I'd rather have them show me. I'm comfortable with them. So.
The best thing is there's a bunch of like trainers, firearm instructors that use that range. So like they're teaching you everything from like pistol fighting to like basic CCW classes. And it's an amazing eclectic group that's out there. So if you ever come to Arizona, people, or if you're listening in Arizona, Cowtown Range. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
If I visit, I'm going to let y'all know, man. That's awesome.
Oh, God, yeah.
When you come out, we're emptying all the safes.
Yeah. all the safes get opened up, all the firearms
That's
get taken
awesome.
out.
I'm in. I'm in for that.
Yeah, we got plenty. That I know ammo here is getting. It's better. It's better,
Okay.
and there's more stock. We have some good stores around, especially near me. I have to go out and hunting again and looking for more ammo. But
I don't have a problem with ammo.
I know you
Have a
don't.
problem with ammo.
Right,
I have
from
a.
what
I
I've
need
heard.
more ammo because for a while it was costing me. I had to either eat or buy ammo during COVID, and I'm like, you know what? I do love
I have
food.
a cheat code. I do have a cheat code. I have
Mhm.
when I worked in the industry, I had a connection that's an ammo wholesaler, and he hits me up every other week and asks me if I still want my standard 1,000 round order drop shipped to my house. And every other week it's yes. And then I also have a good friend of mine's dad who's a custom loader of rounds. So he makes me custom rounds
true.
for my EDCs, for my
That's
300 blackouts
awesome.
and stuff like that. So if you need ammo, I can hook you guys up. I have 3
talk to you.
safes strictly dedicated to ammo.
Yeah, we got
So.
connections out here. We know people in the
Well, that's
industry.
awesome.
So, all right, Ego. I know you got to take off in a
Yeah,
minute or
like I
so.
said,
So go ahead.
yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead and plug what you got and where you're going to be,
Cool.
man. What's going on this week? What do you got?
All right, cool. Abomination AJ are going to be going live tomorrow morning for another episode of Heroes No Capes.
I'll be there.
Yes, sir. I think Sunday I'm going to be with good Lord, why am I blanking on his name? Roman of the Empire. Actually, we're talking about toys. Got all this
Nice.
shit back here. I might as well talk about it.
Yeah, I like
and
your. I see your collection's getting bigger, homie.
Bro, I know. Like they came out with. I don't know if y'all heard about. Like, there's a Cryptics website. They came out with a the actual Athenian Greek god versions of Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman that are going to be dropping in the next few months. Yeah, I got to get those at some point. So you'll be seeing a statue at some point back there. But
awesome.
Yeah, having him on Sunday for that, and then I've got some other things I'm working on. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, I can actually attend the Royal Rumble tomorrow night. If I can actually get tickets, yeah. So I'll let y'all know if that happens. But in the meantime, I'll check you guys later, man.
All
right, buddy. I'll check you out tomorrow morning, buddy.
Cool. Thanks, man.
All right, buddy. R2, go ahead.
I too am gonna have to head out. I'm still getting over something and I'm starting to feel it. But thank you for having me.
Of course, buddy. Anytime, man.
Cannoli,
Glad to have you on finally.
Great day. Finally be on Filipino Meatball. It's a pleasure. Hopefully,
I'll see you in the comments.
I didn't pick on you too much.
I feel like family now.
Yeah.
That's when you know you're loved.
Well, I was gonna say I think you and I are adjacent. I know the secret Filipino handshake. I'm in the club.
Oh yeah, he's married. That's right, he's married too.
Yeah.
Filipino.
Here you go. Tell your wife to make you some arroz caldo and get you some ginger tea, and we'll get over it.
Yeah. All right there. Yeah. She'll get right on that, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll just send it over whenever you're ready.
When you tell her that, can you live stream it for me, please?
Yeah. No, she doesn't cook anything Filipino, so.
Oh.
I'm
well,
fine
all
with
right
that.
then.
It's fine.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
All right. I understand.
She's still good at cooking food, but no, I guess rice is the most Filipino thing we eat.
That's true.
It counts.
But I am from After the Weekend, and this upcoming Monday we're going to be reviewing Harry and the Hendersons, so one of Cannoli's relatives.
Yes.
With my co-host who's in the chat, JT.
JT.
Gunn. And we're going to have a guest on, Nicole from Rogue One Radio, to review that. So it's going to be good. But yeah, it'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome. Yeah, to go ahead and check it out. Subscribe, please. It's an
Thank
awesome
you.
show. Good people. And thanks R2 a lot. JT, go groom that beard, man. Because I don't know. I don't have that game. Sorry. But we'll do this again sometime.
He was born with it.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
But no, thank you. This was a pleasure. I had a lot of fun. So
get better, man. Rest up.
Hopefully, next time I will feel better. But
no.
Thank you so much.
Go rest, man. Thank you for coming
night.
on, dude.
Yep.
Appreciate you.
Bye.
Yep. And then there were two.
The better looking two.
Yeah. So, Second Amendment to guns, bro.
Guns, bro.
I forgot to play this before, but this is what we need.
What do you need? Guns. Lots of guns.
Just come to my house.
Yeah, I know you got some tight ass shit over there, man.
Look, it's fully suppressed. Look, I even brought it out for you.
No, I know. I love it. That's amazing, though. Like, and you guys warned me about this when you purchased your first firearm. And you're like, it's an addiction. You're never gonna. You're no, not me. It's too expensive. Here we are, five weapons later. 5.
Look,
I mean, that's minimal.
Remember when I told you when I bought my C2 and I'm like, this is it. This is the ultimate, carry gun. Like this is the race car of carry guns. This is it. And now I'm like, that FN45 though is mighty tasty looking. Right?
I like. There's so many weapons I want. that Smith and Wesson 5.7, man. That is very. Ooh, the 10mm and the 5.7. They're really enticing, and I watched reviews on both. Oh no, on the 10mm. Sorry, and rave reviews. It's the same old story with Smith and Wesson. Everybody says it in every review. Solid weapon. Won't malfunction when you need it to shoot. It's solid.
Do you ever notice
well
the
made.
people that the detractors on it all had the same thing? Oh, well, they didn't up their technology. The fuck do they need to update?
Why?
It
Why?
runs.
Don't
It
try to.
runs.
Yeah. Don't fix what's not broken, man, and it works. Now there's always this little thing between Glock and Smith and Wesson. It's basically the same shit, but I just chose Smith and Wesson because that's what I first had. I know, stovepipe and it's fine. It's fine. People can choose what they want. You're not going to go wrong with either one. But I like to stay. American.
I'm not the one that tried to. We weren't the ones that tried to steal a tote from the post office.
From the mail room and get a federal.
We're not
offense.
trying to get felonies over here.
Yeah, I don't need a felony in my life.
Yeah.
You're right. Freedom forever, John Adams, baby. Our forefathers knew what the Second Amendment was all about. Wait, what is this? My wife and ex-girlfriends like the JT gun. Wow. Are you I heard you're shooting blanks these days, though.
Oh!
10 wait, hold on. 10mm better than 5.7 run Longwood for carry ammo.
I mean, it depends on what you want. Like Whiskey Banger and I have this conversation in the group chat all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why 45? Why 9? Why 10 mil? Why the 30 super carry that's out there now? Like, why 5.7? And it's just application process of it. Like, I remember there was a video by Tim Kennedy of why he switched from 9 mil to 5.7 as his carry. And he was like, it was in the middle of the BLM Antifa riots that were going on, right? And he was like, you can't hide behind doors anymore.
No.
Like 9 mil will crack a door, like your car door, but it's not going to do a whole lot of damage. A 5.7's going through the door. It's going through the other door. Right?
How much is 5.7 ammo though? Like it's expensive, right?
It's like $1.28 a round.
So what's 10 mil ammo? When I was in Texas, it was hot. It was very expensive.
Rare. 10 mil a lot.
It was rare.
But I know it's on par with like 300 blackout, and 300 blackout's like 90 cents a round right now.
I haven't been to the gun. I haven't been to Sportsman's or Cabela. Like, what are we looking at as far as ammo pricing? Is it better? Is it moderate? Is it gone down?
It's back. It's back to normal.
A normal price.
You remember back in like 2016 and 2015 where you could get like a case of 9 mil for like 170. You're not doing that anymore.
Oh, a case, yeah.
280 for a case is what they're at now. I saw Ammo AZ was running a sale on 223 was $460 out the door. So I'm like,
how many rounds?
A case to 1,000.
All right, that's better than where it was. Yes, still.
But I mean, like, I remember when it was $1 a round for 223, and you were like, what,
bro?
Why?
When things were really high, all I kept buying was buckshot because it was the only fucking thing that. It was still expensive, but still, it was more. I think I have. I don't even know how many fucking rounds of that I have, but it's. Hey, thanks, Lamancy, for stopping by, buddy. I see you, man. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, Second Amendment, bro. I mean, but it's gonna be very interesting in the next 2 years. Well, especially with the next administration, who's gonna be the president. It's gonna be very fun to see what happens with the Second Amendment.
A very good friend of mine was asking me about this show tonight, and she was all like, "What's your opinion on it? Like, how stringent, how important is the Second Amendment?" And I was like, "Look, the first thing they're gonna do is kind of take your guns, and then they're gonna come take your quinoa, you bunch of liberals. Like, this is how it starts, right? Like, as soon as they de-arm a population, just watch history." Yeah. Right? Yeah. De-arm the population and then massacre the population.
I think, who was it today that brought up a good point? Oh, God, somebody on Twitter, might be somebody in the chat, brought up, they showed the movie Demolition Man, and they were saying, like, who would have thought this would be where This is exactly what they want. This utopian, perfect society. Everybody dresses fucking the same.
Yep.
No firearms anymore. I don't even know what the hell they use in that movie. They're like batons, like the
Yep.
God.
Batons. How do I know this movie? This is not good. This is not good for the show.
Everybody knows a Stallone movie. So, yeah,
Look,
that's basically
I
where
still
we're going.
watch Commando.
You know what? I can't drop you off the thing. I'll be alone. I can't drop you off. I'll be alone. Yeah, it was too bad. So for those who don't know, we'll bring this up again. That Whiskey Banger has been off for maternity issues.
Paternity.
What did I say?
Maternity.
No, that's his wife.
Did you see
I meant to
his
say.
gender?
I meant to say paternity. Yeah, poor guy's been working his ass off, man. He's working 2 jobs. He's got a 2-year-old, and a newborn, basically, and he's just poor dude's just
4-week-year-old.
He's literally sleeping like 1 hour to 2 hours a day almost, and working basically every day. I think he only has maybe 1 day off, if that. But I feel
That's
bad
why
for
you
the
see
guy.
a lot more meatball around
Meatball.
here.
But you know what? Of course, he's always welcome back when he's ready, and there's no. Yeah,
It's
but
not-
we do.
I
we do
talked to
miss
him
him.
about it. It's not a matter of if he's coming back. He's coming back.
No, I
It's
know.
just
We talked.
he needs a little bit of time, right? And that's where
Yeah.
you get a little bit more of the.
You get a little more meatball. Who doesn't like a little more meatball? Now I know Mrs. Cannoli Sasquatch wasn't on tonight. That was her choice.
Boo! Boo!
I said just sit
Is
there
she
and look
still in the
pretty.
chat? Is she still in
Oh,
the chat?
I'm pretty sure she's in the chat. Yeah.
If she's in the chat, I need an explanation of why you didn't come on. Because, look, some people were on here with limited knowledge. Some people were on here asking questions. Some people were like me and are just ridiculously stupid and just here for
No.
comedic relief.
You need
You know?
more. You know more than I do.
Well, I mean, that's because I'm Freddie Strain from goddamn Terminal.
I told her to come on. I said, come on and just sit there and look pretty and ask questions if you have them. But she felt okay. I said, okay. So now she wants to take control of my show next week because I will not be doing it myself. I will be very busy man with work, so I won't. But I was like, you take over the show. Do a all female stream. I don't give a shit what you do. What did she say? She didn't want to ruin the sausage party. Well, you can ruin my sausage later.
Here's the thing: you could have been that white police officer girl from that.
Ooh, from Tennessee.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Cannoli connection.
Oh my god. Poor Miss. Yeah, but she'll be back next week. And she's trying to get a panel together, and I want her to do that and have fun with that. I want to stream going.
I have a request, and this is something I've wanted to bring up with Mrs. Cannoli for a while.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Can we have a Ask a Female show?
Yeah,
Like
that's
there's questions that I want
a
to ask.
perfect fucking
Right.
segment for next week.
Right, like I'm not saying I want to be on the show the entire time next week, but like pop me in for 10 minutes. But like from a male point of view, we have some questions.
But what is a male? What is a woman? That's
mean,
the.
What is a woman?
Oh, there you go. So she said you can come on and drink Trulies with her next week, like you do in the.
For the record, I still have berry punch in the fridge, so I'm stocked and ready.
Fucking, I swear to God, you and your I don't know how you people drink that shit. It's like drinking hairspray that's flavored.
I just want you to know, the first time I drank it, I was like, okay, we're gonna try this, whatever, right? And then I tried it, and I was like, okay, I can see the appeal of it. And then you drink 3 of them,
I
and you're
get
like,
it.
there's nothing. And then you go to stand up, and you can't find the bathroom because you're in the closet because you're that hammered.
I get it. I guess I get it. I don't know. Those drinks are weird. It's the same thing with the carbonated drinks, like these things, like the Waterloo. I only like a few of these. This is the lemon lime one. I think is my favorite. But some of those just, they just taste weird. It's like cough syrup.
I will say I have tried the Dos Equis ranch water. I just found them at Fry's.
Keep talking about ranch water.
Holy shit, it's good, delicious, and I don't feel
okay.
as
So I gotta
feminine.
You should. You should.
I mean,
but I get it. I get it. Now we all like our foo drinks. I haven't had the ranch water yet. I know it's very popular.
Delicious.
Steven says he wants what is this? A Mother May I stream Beyond the Birds and the Bees. There you go.
Wow.
Oh, you know what? You actually bring up a great idea for next week for them, if that's where she wants to go. All female, ask the female question perspective on life and things and relationships and everything. how they feel about the culture stuff and how they feel about what's represented out in the world. And I like this. If Meatball comes on next week, I'll buy him a shirt. Ooh.
Who said this? Who said this?
Mrs. Sasquatch.
Guess what? I already ordered a shirt.
Well, maybe you'll get another one. Dude, if they had a gun case with a Cannoli Sasquatch.
I ordered a long sleeve, and now I need to order a cup.
Yeah, they have a lot of good shit on there. I am getting basically everything. I'm getting the phone case, the fucking laptop thing, everything. I'm gonna go nuts. I'm gonna support myself. Goddamn. No, anyway. Yeah.
The wife wanted a hoodie, and I think I might order a hoodie and then do a hoodie and
the hoodies are nice. Yeah, this company is good.
Are they American?
Good. Of course, they're American.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a really good company. We actually get notifications when things are bought. How much? Like it's seamless. Boom, all the way through. Yeah. Oh, Tyler, they can still make sandwiches while streaming. It's 2023. They can multitask. Just saying. No.
Can they?
No, they're women. They don't know.
It's not a matter of if they can multitask. It's can they do it well?
That's a good question.
Right.
We'll have to find out next week.
Do we know who's going to be on the panel?
I know Miss Cannoli was trying to get. I think Vex Electronica might be on for a little bit. I know she works really late on Friday. Has to get up early Saturday. She might be on for a little bit. I don't know who Mrs. Cannoli. Who are you trying to get on there? Jana?
Yeah.
Were you trying to get? I don't know.
I'd like to know.
Thanks, Jacob. Thanks for dropping by, homeboy. Appreciate you, man. Great. I'll be looking forward to. I'm going to be meeting up with him soon on another show to do a movie review on his channel.
Notice how I know I never get invited to any channels anymore.
You just need to be it's fucking anti-Asianists. You just need to be on my channel. That's all that matters.
You're just trying to keep me away from the other sports channel.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a sport's a sport. Oh, Shiro is interested. Oh,
yes.
Yeah, dude, do what you got to do, woman. Please. I'll be busy. Anyway, we had a great.
I'll connect her with somebody.
Who the hell do you know?
Why do you got to worry about who I know and who I don't know?
Listen, snap, streaming, streaming, and you know what? They could drink Trulies, make sandwiches, and talk about their opinions on things. That's a fucking great stream right there. Probably get more views than we do because they're also better looking people. I mean,
I don't know. Have you seen this angle?
On that note. We had a great time. Thank you so much for joining on the Freedom stream, Second Amendment stream. Thank the guests, Copa Catania, of course, Filipino Meatball, Left Eye E.G.O.
Can I promote one thing?
Please go ahead. I was going to ask you, what do you want to promote?
People show up on Monday. It's Mean Girls Day.
Yes, Monday, Mischief Mayhem movie will be Mean Girls Day. It's gonna be a fun show. It won't be 3 hours. The Patriot was a long show.
It's going to be 4 hours. I'm going to be in the comments section. Come join me in the comments section. It's a cesspool. It's a cesspool of depravity. But guess what? We're probably just as entertaining.
It's going to be a fun stream. I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm going to send you a picture of when I was working at a bank and they had Halloween and we dressed up as the Mean Girl crew and we won. Heck yeah, we won.
Of course you would. Did you dress up as Lindsay Lohan?
So I wore a pink shirt because I look good in pink, and then another gentleman friend of mine wore a pink shirt, and then the lady friend that was working with us wore a blue hoodie.
Was this the day? Yeah.
Same day. Same day that
happened. Oh my god. Okay, so be there Monday on this channel. Cannoli Sasquatch Productions will be doing that. And then I think next Friday, Mrs. Cannoli Sasquatch is taking over the channel, and then we'll go from there. So I want to thank everybody again for dropping in. I really appreciate all the people in the chat. You guys killed it today. And I guess that's basically it. So have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday.